yes, we are here again. Yes.
We are.
I don't know.
Episode 12.
I think it's live already. I don't know.
We are live. It says it's live.
We are live.
I
We are
feel
live.
I feel
I feel
alive. There you
live.
go.
Woo, woo.
Where's the beautiful people in the chat?
There is only the Minerva.
Minerva is in the chat.
Minerva's in the chat.
The
Minerva's
most
entering
beautiful
the chat.
people.
Yeah, and with her is enough.
We heard
She's
enough.
yeah. We don't need anything else.
Well, we do have today's episode 12 of
12.
our board game podcast, the After Game Night. Can you
Yes.
believe it? 12 episodes.
I cannot. It's like I've been saying every week. Like I didn't believe that we will last that
Here
long.
we are.
And yes, and yet here we are.
Correct.
So congratulations to you, but mostly to me for being here, for supporting all
And
this time.
Adri too. She's been in here every single episode. Adri, she's happy to
I
see us.
think we can crown her as our fan number one, right?
Yes,
And I think at some point, I mean, for those that are watching this episode in the future, that
in the
for
future.
us is the past, whatever the time travel you want to do in while you're watching the podcast, the episode in the future, maybe you will be rewarded as a part of this community, as part of the fandom of this podcast. So stay
Mhm,
tuned. So
mhm, mhm,
you
mhm.
maybe don't believe it, but at some point we are going to
Good
reward you.
things happen.
Yeah,
Good
for
things
people.
happen.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway,
How are
my
you?
friend,
How are you? How are you?
how
How's
am I
everything going?
doing? I'm doing okay. I'm surviving. It's
Good.
been 2 weeks since our last episode. I was out of town, and then we were sick, and with all these changes in temperature outside, it's so easy to get sick. This is sickness
Mhm.
season.
We are
But
sick of power as well.
this
Sick of
Monday, we're
power.
feeling good. We're feeling good enough to
Nah,
get back and talk about board games.
speak for you because I feel like I'm gonna die in the next 10 minutes. So
Oh
stay
no,
tuned. Stay tuned because that could
If-
be, trending. That will be
it could
something.
happen.
Yeah, that could happen. It's a possibility.
But
I don't
yeah,
know.
very happy to be back here talking about board games.
Yeah, no,
How about you?
that's
How are you doing? You
so
surviving? It
far
seems
so
like you're
good. Yeah,
struggling.
surviving, struggling, but alive. Like I said, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm trying to survive for the last, I don't know, week and a half mostly. You know,
Yeah,
uh, but I am a strong believer that there is nothing that a good beer could cure, and resting is for weak people.
for weak
uh,
people. I
yeah,
love
yeah,
resting.
and that's why I consider myself a weak person, because last week I got I got sick and I wasn't here, so I
It happens.
entered. Yeah. So I
Okay,
can finish
well,
the week at some
I
point.
guess even though you were sick, did you have a chance to play board games?
Of course, of
There's
course,
always time and energy for board games
always. That's my
in
medicine.
health and in sickness.
Insert here directly in my veins.
Very
That's
good,
all.
very
That's all.
good.
That's all I need.
That's all you
Yes, of
need.
course. I have played some games. I don't
Right?
know. I don't want to talk about all the games that I've been playing for the last 2 weeks,
Pick
but
pick
I
two
will just
games.
two games. Let's say yesterday I played a new game for me and for my daughter, which was Mystic Mischief. Have you played that?
Okay. I haven't
Do
played
you
it.
know
Well,
about?
I've seen
Have
it.
you heard about the game?
Yes, you're trying to catch each other's students, right? But
Yeah,
at the same time, you're trying to avoid the
Big catch. Yeah. So you
yeah.
are trying to get the other students to get catch, and at the same time
Mhm.
you are avoiding your team to being catch by the Townkeeper.
The
Townkeeper
town
is the
keeper. Okay.
yes, it's a very monstrous miniature that is circulating and keeping the library of a monstrous university or school. I don't know.
Okay.
um, you know so there is different factions which in fact are monster types or supernatural beings type,
Hmm.
which are could be witches, wizards, Frankenstein monsters, zombies. I guess I don't remember exactly how many,
Mhm.
and well, I just remember there were seven, including the all the
Seven
expansions.
different factions.
Seven different expansion, including sorry, factions, including the expansions. Okay, so
Hmm.
in the base game you only have four, and yeah, well, it was a great discovery because I had the game since August when I got it at GenCon,
Oh,
thanks
okay. So
to
you got a
Ivy.
Gen Con,
Yeah, thanks to Ivy
Abbey
Studio
Studios.
Game. So I got the game, but I haven't chance to play it until yesterday. And I thought
Okay.
it was a good idea to play with my 7 years old child,
Okay.
which in fact was not a great idea.
No.
No, I mean, the game is very simple in terms
Hmm.
of the gameplay, the actions that you have to
Yep.
take, the things that you can do.
Yep.
It's easy to understand at some point. You have all the factions have two basic actions,
Hmm.
and the asymmetric part of the game, is the other movements of every faction, the way the other factions interact with the other factions. That
Hmm.
makes it what it is. And they have also a superpower, and they also have like a ability that is unlocked after the second half of the game. So it's
Mm,
very asymmetric, but at the same time, it's not that difficult to understand the gameplay.
I
the
see.
the difficult part is to understand how to apply all these actions
You have
in
to
order.
remember all these special powers, and
No, no, no,
they're
no, no, no,
special to
no,
you.
no. It's more like you have to try to strategize your game in order
Okay.
to follow, because you don't have to follow a sequence of actions. You can use all the action points you have in the
Hmm.
order you want, and at the
Okay.
same, I mean, as long as you have action points to spend in your turn, you can use it as you want. Even you can save it, don't use it, whatever you want.
Okay.
But that's the part you have to look for a way to optimize and maximize your turn in order to, okay, the tom keeper is going to move this way, I can move the shelves, I can push some other players in the path of the tom keeper, at the same time I can
Mm.
avoid so it's complex on that part, it
Seems like
looks
it's heavy
simple.
in tactics.
It's exactly, yes. It's like, and this is something that my daughter told me yesterday, and it was like, yeah. At the beginning, I thought like, yeah, it's not that complicated, but at the end, it was that complicated because she told
It
me like,
was,
oh, this looks like what game? I don't know what game and chess. And I say like, well, I don't think it's like chess, but at the end, it's like chess,
yeah,
because
you have to adapt to your opponent
mhm,
and the
yeah.
situation on the board.
Right, pretty much, pretty much. So
Sounds
yeah,
cool.
so she showed me a way to explain the game in terms of in terms of other games. So that's
Yeah.
one of the games that I played. I mean, after a couple of rounds, I played twice. The first part, but mostly it was like me trying to explain her how to play, and the second play was more like, okay, yeah, I got it, but I think it's just maybe too much for me. So I think, okay,
Mm.
that's okay. I look forward to play it again with friends or my wife, and try to see if I can, get the full experience of the game
Yeah.
when a player that also comes with their own strategy without me
Makes
explaining the
sense.
game, right?
Makes sense.
So that's one. And the other game that I played also yesterday night was Mindbug. Have you played Mindbug?
No, it's a card game, right? For two
Card
players.
game, card game for two-player, and it's a game that I love. A game that I
Okay.
really enjoy because it's very simple. You only have 10 cards,
Hmm.
10 cards, and that's it. You have 10 cards, 3 life points, and 2 mind bugs. So every turn is
Interesting.
very simple. You either play a card or attack your opponent.
Okay.
And your opponent has the chance to block the attack with one of their monsters, or just take the damage and lose one of the 3 life points that you have. So the first
Hmm.
player who makes the other player to lose all 3 life points wins the game. But the tricky and the tasty part of the game is
Hmm.
you always have the chance to um, strategize or try to bluff at some point if
Mm-hmm.
you have a better monsters in your in your hand, because once you play a card in front of you, the other player has a chance to mind bug the card and take it for the other player, right? So you can manipulate, and that now that monster is yours.
Mm-hmm.
And if that happens, you take all the benefits and all the effects of that card that you played, but that only you can only do that twice per game. You only have
Okay.
two mind bugs. So potentially you are maybe thinking that, okay, this is the best monster that my opponent has
Mm-hmm.
in their hand, so maybe it's time for me to steal it. But maybe you're bluffing. That's the bluffing part. Maybe you are just, uh,
Pretending.
pretending that this is just a good monster. But maybe
That's
later in the game you play a better monster, not only because it's stronger, maybe it's not, but maybe the power, the ability, the type is
Mm.
better, is more convenient for you in your strategy. So it's really
Interesting.
nice. It's really nice. It's
So
really
is this, does everyone have like their own deck of cards, and
yes. They have
how
their
many cards
their
in the deck?
I think there are 48. I mean,
Okay, like a
there, there,
normal.
there are in the whole packet. There are 48 cards, maybe. I think
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
And among those 48, you have to give 10 to the other player, 10 for you. So there are 28 cards that you put aside completely for the game. So when
So
you
everyone,
Mhm.
so you get all 10 cards at the beginning of the
Yes,
turn, or do you
yes.
draw? Not drawing.
Now, at the beginning of the game, you have 10 cards, and those
Mm-hmm.
cards are the only cards that you're gonna play for the whole game.
Interesting. Okay.
So you shuffle the cards at the beginning of the game, the 10 cards. You are not allowed to see what cards you're given.
Mm-hmm.
So you only have those 10 cards, and then you draw the first five, and
Mm.
that's your initial hand. So with
Interesting.
that hand, you start playing. And as long as you play a card and you have less than five cards in your hand, you get or you draw up to five cards again in your turn.
It sounds
So
I'm fast.
yeah, it's fast, but at the same time, it's good. I mean, it's not good. It's like you take your time to think what is gonna be your next move,
Mm.
because maybe you are playing a card, waiting to see if the other player are going to steal it from you, or he's going to just allow you to play the card and just take it whatever the consequences, because some
Mm-hmm.
cards will let you steal some cards for the other player or just discard some cards for their hand. I don't know. There's a lot of effects on those cards, and also there are specific types that you can only block with certain monster. Some monster that can attack you twice. There are more
Mm.
resistant. So it depends. It depends. So you have to be careful when you really want to take the mind bug cards to manipulate and take the card from the other player.
I
So
see.
that's what I wanted to share with you tonight.
Okay.
Two
Those
games.
are sounds like cool games.
One game that I just, I mean, the first time I played, which was Mystic Mischief,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the other games was a game that I have been playing for a while from time to time, and
Mm.
this is one of the games that you can, I mean, take it whatever you want, um, teach it very fast, and you can
Mm-hmm.
play it with every person. I mean, I don't think that this is a game that a complex game in terms of the rules and whatever. It's more
Mm-hmm.
like the strategy involved in the game, which is what makes it really good. So I
Okay.
just wanted to share with you about that. What about you? I
What
saw a
about
post
me?
of you. Yeah, I saw a post. Or I think it was a story in
Mm-hmm.
Instagram about you, but I want you to share
Yes.
with us
So
what is
I
happening.
will talk very briefly about all the games I have played since we last had our episode, which is 2 weeks ago. I just want to quickly mention that I don't remember if I mentioned that in the last episode. I don't think I did, but I managed to play a three-player competitive game of Voidfall.
Whoa, okay,
Yes,
no,
it was a
I don't.
four
Wow.
hour session, and I ended up in third place. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, my two good friends, they kicked my butt. They were pretty close to each other on scoring, and I was fairly behind. But that's okay. I had a really good time, and you know what? It got played, and I love it. So
Okay.
that's Boyfa. That was a while ago, and then
Mhm.
the last week I had the opportunity to play Tiny Epic Pirates.
Okay.
I gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed. I had high expectations for it. I love the pirate theme. The part that disappointed me is that there is really not that much benefit in attacking other players. So
No.
I that was like, why would you? For the people that I'm not gonna go and explain the game, but for the people that know the game, it's a lot better to focus on the winning conditions than trying to attack
Mhm.
other players. Attacking other
Mhm.
players, the reward is not that good. The punishment is not that good. There's actually no punishment for the other player. They actually get a bonus. So it's altogether it's like worthless to attack another player, which it's a pirate team, right? Otherwise, you should have made like merchants or
Right.
something, not pirates. But
Right.
anyway, I wonder if there is like a module or house rules on BGG that make it balanced enough for for players to attack each other. But so that was a little bit of disappointment with Tiny Epic Pirates there.
I want to
Um,
stop. I want to stop
yeah,
you right there because before you go further on that explanation, I just want to tell you that the expansion fixes part of that problem. I
are you talking
really,
about the ghosts?
yeah, the Curse of Arnak.
Yeah,
No, Curse of, I don't know, not Curse of
a
Arnak. No,
course
Curse of
something.
whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, because that also, I mean, I 100%, well, maybe 90% with you on the
Attacking.
you know the way the game managed the way you can go for the winning conditions instead of
Yeah.
trying to, or I mean, I agree that it's probably one of the things that you are expecting for a pirate game,
Hmm. Hmm.
combat, and the
Hmm.
combat will be a good a very
I
strong
like the
part.
game. Like the rest, everything else I like. It's
Yeah.
just the action of attacking other players does not seem worth it.
Yeah. No, I agree. So with the expansion, I think that is a little bit more rewarding in terms when you attacking you are attacking the
Oh,
bad guys. So
oh,
because
not
you
the
are
other
doing it,
players.
yeah. I mean, yes, exactly. So with
Okay.
that, it will be more rewarding for you to go against the bad guys, the ghost
Yeah, the
ships.
ghosts.
Hmm.
I see.
So
But the attacking other players still the
no,
same.
it's still the same. Still the
Mm,
same.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was
Go ahead.
expecting something else, I guess, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
good game. Um, and then more recently, and what you are talking about at the beginning
Mm-hmm.
was that for December, Haley and I decided that we're gonna do a little activity that we're gonna call the 12 days of Christmas. But instead of days, it's gonna be games. So we picked 12 games that we're gonna play from here until Christmas. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna do it because we picked four heavy games, four no, like nine medium games, and then three light games.
Okay.
And we have 3 weekends before Christmas, which counting the one that just passed.
So you have
Um,
already picked the games that you are planning to play?
yes,
Right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll try. I'm gonna take a picture of them, and I'll try to share it on my account. It is within my plans. I know I've been terrible at keeping up with Dallas and Amigos or Dice and Amigos, but you know, I do want to share this, so I will share the rest of the 12 games that we're going to be playing. And we had to get started, right? Because otherwise we're not going to finish. We had to take advantage of the weekend. And I will
Mhm.
talk about those two. So
Okay.
first,
Hmm.
one of those games is A Feast for Odin. Haley and I are
Mhm.
big fans of Uwe Rosenberg. We like
Awesome.
Agricola, and we have played A Feast for Odin once, but we did terribly, both of us. We were intimidated by all those negative points that we
Hmm.
were like, okay, maybe we should take care of this before we get islands and
Right.
expansions. And because
Right.
of that, you don't get a high score.
Hmm.
Uh, but we had a good time, and that was last year. Since then, I've been playing A Feast for Odin online on Board Game Arena, so I got quite a bit more experience.
Hmm.
So that's what, and that kind of puts off Haley, my wife, because she's like, "Oh, I don't want to play with you because now you're so
Right,
experienced. You're
right,
gonna beat me." And
right.
we were like, "Okay, fine, whatever. We'll just play."
Uh-huh.
And yes, I won.
Well, of course,
but
you took
but
advantage. You,
she did a lot better than last time. Her score was a lot better than last time, and I think
yeah.
you just need some experience playing. But that's one of the games. The
Hmm.
second game, which we played yesterday, is Teotihuacan City of Gods. What an amazing game! One of my all-time favorite games.
Hmm.
Um, she hadn't played it. She
Oh,
had never played
really?
it. Yeah, I
Wow.
know. Well,
Huh.
little story is that about 2 years ago, I tried to play with her
Hmm.
and we played it wrong. I taught the rules wrong. So at the end of every round, you move the I think it's the moon marker
Yeah,
towards the eclipse,
the
the sun.
sun for the eclipse, right?
Yeah, you
Uh-huh.
move it at the end of every round. However, when we played, we moved it at the end of every turn. So like she'll take a turn, I'll
Oh
move it. I'll take a turn, I'll
no,
move it. And then they'll be like, oh no, we took like the game was over in like half the time,
right? Basically,
which was like, wait, we didn't do anything.
and
We
that's
couldn't.
and that's very unfair for one of you or for one of the players because at the end of every eclipse you have the scoring part,
Yeah.
and if you are not having the the if you haven't built anything on the pyramid or any decoration
There
and
is
stuff,
no
it was very
time.
unfair.
Right. We were like, wait, I was like, wait a second,
Mhm.
Eclipse already? We don't
Mhm.
have the cocoa. We haven't
Right.
even put anything. I'm still collecting
Mhm.
resources. Like, that's when I
Mm.
realized that we were doing the
So,
moving the Eclipse
so
wrong.
you have always played wrong?
No, no, no. Only the one time that I tried to teach her. I think it had been a while since last time I
Okay,
played. So when
okay.
I tried to teach her, I was like, "Oh yeah, I know the rules," and I forgot that I don't know. I actually don't know what I was thinking, but we didn't finish it.
Cheating,
Obviously, I think I
cheating.
realized when we
Mm,
when we reached the first eclipse and I saw that we had done nothing. Then we were like, "Okay, you know what? We're gonna stop and we're gonna
mhm.
try again a different day." And we never tried again until
Okay.
now, because when we were picking the 12 games for Christmas,
Hmm.
I was like, you know what, I love this game, you need to try it.
Okay. Okay.
And she was
Sure.
like, okay, we'll play it right this time. And we did. We
Hmm.
played right, and she beat me.
Oh,
Yes, she
what?
did. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she
Wow.
kicked butt. And
Mm.
I gotta say, I specifically chose a strategy that I don't think is a good strategy. I went for the masks. I went for the mask to mask.
Ah, ah.
Collecting the masks
Will we,
does not
yeah.
help.
No. Mm.
No.
Well, no, no. It's. I think it's the most random part of the game because
Yeah.
if you don't have the correct mask and if you don't have,
I I I
it's
got a set of 5 masks on the going into the first eclipse, but
nah, it's not worth
I
it.
all I did was the worship actions, the ones that where you lock
Mm-hmm.
your workers. That's
Right.
all I did. Like 90% of my actions were worship and then unlock
Nah.
them, worship and unlock them. And I was testing, right? I was like, oh, you know what? I want to see. I already thought that strategy was bad, but I wanted to demonstrate that strategy was bad. And I can tell you that strategy is
So,
bad.
maybe I played that strategy also wrong. That's
But
why I think it was bad.
it's like if it's there, it's for a
Mhm.
reason, right? It should be a viable strategy.
Mm, I think
Why
for me, the mask and all the other things are bonus, like
they're
extra,
not a main strategy?
but not no, of course not. Well, in my opinion, sorry, but
I know I
I
agree.
think one
I
of the things
saw
that you have to focus is go up on the temple.
the temples.
The temples are crucial. That's
They
one of the
are.
things,
They are.
and building. I mean, you have to either building on the
Yeah, you
street of the
need to.
death, or I mean, for me, I rather prefer to build in the pyramid
Mhm.
because you score a lot of points every eclipse, and if
Yeah.
you go on further on the scoring part of the pyramid,
You
you
get four
also
more.
gain. I mean, you
Yeah,
can gain a lot of points there.
I
So
agree with you.
mhm,
I agree with you.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's the meta strategy. Like there is
mhm.
no, if you want to get a good score, you need to reach the end of, for at least one of the
One,
pyramids.
yeah,
If oh the yeah the tracks.
the
If you
temples.
don't, then yeah. But anyway, we played and it was a good time. She enjoyed it. So those
That's
are
the point. Good.
two out of 12 games. and I will leave the rest of the 10 games as a surprise for
Woo!
people on Instagram.
No, perfect. So
But
you know now that this is one of the most terrible marketing campaigns ever, but I think and I hope that it works.
subscribe, follow, follow for more.
Let me ask you something before we go further.
Yeah,
Why 12?
I don't know. I think there's a song, isn't there? Like 12 Days of
What?
Christmas. There is a
Oh,
song.
really?
I don't know where this song
Sorry,
comes
I'm
from.
still too Mexican for this. So tell me,
Uh, well,
show me.
apparently me too because I don't know it, but
So
it
you
is a
choose
song.
it. Okay,
She
okay,
chose it.
okay.
He was like, you know what? We're gonna do this
You choose the
together.
games. I choose the theme. Okay, good,
Yeah.
good.
So
That's
12 Days of Christmas. It's a song.
it's a song. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I don't know
good.
where from, but
Haley, please teach us because we are
teach us.
hopeless. We are hopeless in this. We don't know what your your traditions.
Yeah. But I was like, you know what? Play
Mhm.
games. I love it. Let's do it.
Right, exactly. So
So
whatever you want, yeah, 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 good. So you
yeah,
still have what today is the fourth. So you have
we
20
have
days. I mean,
yeah.
just 20 days to play 10 games,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which based on the experience we have or you have and you're sharing with us all this time, I don't think that will be enough
We
time. I mean,
already
I
we
would
already planned it. We have
like,
dates and times. We are like, we're gonna play this game on this date at this
okay.
time.
That includes weekdays or weekends only.
Mostly weekends, and we have planned one game for the whole week. So at some point in the week, we're gonna play it.
Now, let me ask you something else because I don't know if that happens to you or at your home as well.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think that happened at your home anyway, but for us as Mexicans, we celebrate Christmas on the 24th, not on the
Hmm.
25th.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
That's
but
true.
I know that the
Yeah,
American families,
the
the tradition
25th.
is that they celebrate on the 25th. So I don't know if you're counting the the 25th
We
or the
so
24th.
I think we're thinking 25th because I think
Right,
we're
right, good.
planning. So the master plan is that we're gonna play our last game probably on the 24th,
Mm.
and then we wanna record. We wanna do a small video about it on the 25th.
No, okay.
So on the 25th, we're gonna record a short, what we thought about all these 12 games that we played, what
Mm.
were our favorites, which ones we didn't like, or what, our experience with the whole thing. So that's the
Okay,
plan. So we need to finish before the 25th if we want to be able to make that video.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But
Good luck.
yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Good luck.
We're doing okay so
Best
far,
wishes. Best wishes
but
for you
we
guys.
will need all the luck because life is full of surprises.
There is my energy for you guys. Hopefully
I
you can
love
get
it.
making. Yeah. Good, good.
Yeah.
I mean, not unfortunately, but I just think that we don't have that kind of plan here. We just, you know, take our days, our game days as they
As
are,
they come.
and as
Yeah.
they come, and we just try to get fun as much as
Well,
possible.
I gotta
That's
say,
the
but
part.
you guys play like, you always or almost always have a game night every week.
Every week, yeah. Luckily for us,
We
yes.
we don't play every week.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I have like if we play, it's a big event.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, that's why we had to like plan it. We're like, okay,
now
we
you
are
have
gonna play games.
now you have to come with a
Yes,
different song for January, so maybe
I
that
know,
will also
right?
convince.
12 games of January.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
No,
I,
we've been talking about it, and we're hoping that next year we play games more often.
yeah, that will be a good
It's a
idea.
good
It's
time,
good.
you
Yeah,
spend some quality time
it's good for the soul.
face to face and interacting
Good, good,
with your partners. That's good.
and that's for the sake of you guys and for the sake of this podcast because you need something to tell us you're playing because
Yes,
I'm
that's
tired of
true.
being the one that only played every week in real life. Come on.
I only play. Well, I play
Yeah.
like I said. You guys know I play stuff on Board Game Arena, but it's a bit different.
Yeah, I know, I know. But I don't know if you think the same, but do you think playing on Board Game Arena is like playing a video game? And it counts as a video game? Or, because board
Um,
game isn't board, right? On board. I
Yes,
don't know.
it's an interesting question.
Of course,
Um,
let's make an
I
episode of that.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, what is Board Game Arena playing? A board
Hmm.
game or a video game?
Right.
We'll leave that for next time for sure.
Well,
All
that's
right,
it.
all right.
So
Moving on.
you don't have to answer
Don't
that
spoil
question
it.
now. Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
spoil it.
Just I'll put it. I'll just drop the episode here, and I will use it for the short.
Perfect.
By the time we are gonna use it.
I love it.
Anyhow,
All right.
let's move to the second section, which is the topic of the episode, which our good people out there in social network voted, and they have this
Hmm.
because you're part of this podcast. You are always being
Yeah,
part of this podcast, and you will always be part
we
of
love
this
your
podcast.
input.
So, yeah, tell us about the topic, please.
So today, the beautiful people of Instagram have decided that we're gonna be talking about the best board game gifts.
Mm. Why
And
and
this is
why so? Why so?
why so. Well, I mean, people around this time of the year like to give each other gifts. So
Okay, so
maybe it will be a good topic to discuss.
when you say this time of the year, you're talking about just the day after Halloween, because at least in this
Halloween
country,
was a month ago.
so we are celebrating holidays in a month, you know, for a month.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's so that people get ideas of gifts that they can start to get so that when
Ooh.
the time comes, which is Christmas, they have the
Mhm.
gift ready for their board gamers in their
So
lives.
sorry for all the other or other people that are not sharing the Christmas tradition. Sorry, just try to understand
You can
us.
still give gifts
For
for
no
fun,
reason. For
for
no
fun.
reason. Yes, right, right.
Every day is a good day to give each other gifts
Woo! Okay, perfect.
if you have the
Oh,
money.
I, I totally get it. So yeah, good.
All right.
And I totally agree that this is a great topic because most of the times I got stuck when somebody asked me in particular,
What do you
"What do you
want?
want? What do you want for Christmas?"
Yeah, I
And my
know.
and my answer is gonna be, I mean, it's been for
Give
the
me a
last,
board game.
right. Let me bring my wife here, and
I
she needs to listen this. I mean, we don't need anything else, right? You
She
should
can watch
listen
us
this
live.
here. So yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. But it looks
Yeah.
like um, some people are thinking that maybe it's just too conventional or repetitive for them to always give us a board game.
Right? They're like, oh, you have 150 board
But
games.
this is what I
Why
like.
should I give you
Why
another
do you
board
ask
game?
me if you are not giving me
This
what
is
I
my
want?
addiction. Okay. Uh, but trying to think like from their perspective, maybe
Hmm.
it could be that it's intimidating to them, right? Because they're like, oh man, this person is like is very into the board games. He has all these very niche board games that I have never heard about. Like,
Hmm.
will I? How do I know? I don't want to give him a bad board game. Like I don't want him to be like, "Oh, thank you, you got me
Right,
Monopoly." Like
right,
how do I
right.
know what board game will be a good board game to give to this person? How would I even know that they don't have it already? Am I gonna go look at their 150 board games in their shelf? Like, maybe it's easier to just avoid giving a board game and do something else because you could mess it up,
But okay, I
right?
have that. I got that. But at the same time, I want to say that that's why wish list exists. You
Yes,
know,
that's true.
so
This is the
so
future.
so wish list fixes everything. I mean,
That's true.
you just put whatever you know that you want, and it's
That's
like
true.
it's still that part is that okay, but there is only board games in this list. Don't you want anything else? Don't you need anything else? So this is my wish list. This is
Yeah,
that's why I put it in my wish list, right?
that's fair. That is
Although
fair. I
the
forgot
one
about the
thing
wish list.
I will share with you something later before
Mhm.
we ended the section, but this is mostly what has been happening, at least in my case, for the last 4 years or so. I mean, and I've been very happy to just receive board games. Don't take me wrong.
Mhm.
I would love to have like I don't know, something else like a tennis shoes or I don't know. I cannot even think in something because
Some
to be
some
honest,
new clothes.
all those things you can give it any other time in the year, right? And this is because
Yeah,
you need them. It's like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
or maybe you just pass through a store and maybe, or you enter a store and you saw a pair of tennis shoes that you love, or a sweater or a coat or whatever,
Hmm.
and you just go and get it, right? It's
Hmm.
not necessarily to, I mean, and this is more like, okay, at this point of my life, I like to just go get whatever I want from a store, 5 minutes, there you go. I don't want to spend a lot of time looking for a lot of, a catalog of new clothes or
But that's
tennis
what we
shoes.
do for board games. We spend
That's
a
why
lot of
we have
time.
board games already, right?
We
We don't
spend
need it. We
hours
don't need
looking
it
at
for anything
catalogs.
else. We don't need it for anything else. We just have that for now. And I feel good just by including mostly board games on my wish list recently. I don't know
Mhm,
if that happens to you as well, but this is very interesting. I have decided, or it's been decided at home,
mhm.
that this year I'm gonna include at least three different things
They are
in
not
my
board
wish
games.
list. Yeah, so not only board games,
Sad.
because the other part is next month is my birthday in January.
Oh,
So I also asked
double
for
prize.
board games on my birthday. So they're saying like,
You already have my wish list. Pick something
yeah,
else.
exactly, right? Shit. Okay,
Well, you know
whatever.
what? Maybe
Fair enough.
maybe shelves. Maybe shelves. You need more
Yeah,
shelves.
yeah, maybe more so. Anyhow, so give me your input about that.
Okay. Well, I you know what? I I'm in a different mindset than you right now. I got to the point,
Hmm.
and I think we probably talked about this before. When I got to the point where I had a couple of board games in my shelf of shame,
Hmm.
that's when I decided that maybe I don't want more board games.
Okay, so.
Unless I really really want it, like I don't want. I
Good.
think we talked about this when we talked about Kickstarter, and I'm like how
Hmm.
we think a little
Hmm.
bit harder about like is this worth kickstarting or not. It's
Hmm.
not at
Hmm.
like the beginning where it's like, oh, board game, give it to me. Oh, board game, give it to me. Now it's like, okay, is this something like something I have? Is this something that has a lot of hype? Is this topic or mechanism like that like excite me? Do I really want it?
Hmm.
Kind of like that. So in my case, I I feel like if I get new games, and especially because I like the heavy games, they're gonna go straight to the shelf of sitting in collecting dust. So
Hmm.
which is not like it's not what I want. You
Hmm.
know, like I want to play them, but it's hard to play them. I'm gonna try to do better about that next year. But sometimes I'd rather have. I've been thinking more about accessories,
Right. Okay.
right?
Okay.
So
So.
sometimes it could be a shelf. Like if there is a space for shelf and you're running out of space on your actual shelf, then I mean shelves are also kind of expensive. So a
Okay.
shelf
Okay.
could be nice. But um you could also talk about dice. You could talk
Okay. Nice.
about
Hmm.
um I've been forgetting all the like
Sleeves.
the
Sleeves.
sleeves or the
Uh,
poker chips or like
okay. Upgrades. Upgrades in general.
upgrades. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
you can be talking about that.
Hmm.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you something. What don't you? If you let's say you have that as part of your wish list, right? Like
Hmm. Hmm.
trying to be more open and include.
Oh, I think you're muted.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
So try to include more things that just board games in your wish list. You know, it's not like when you were a kid, you're trying to you're wishing for something to play and you receive clothes or you
Yeah.
receive something else. It's like why why Santa hates me so much, right? I mean, I ask you for something and if I just
Oh
ask you
man.
for PlayStation 2, why you are giving me
Emotional damage.
right? Why you're what the heck you're giving me a pair of shoes? I mean, this is right.
So
I don't know.
I think the
Mhm,
trick is that all
mhm.
your clothes and all your shoes are in good condition. So then you can be like, I don't need it. Don't give it to me.
Right,
All
but
my clothing is good.
they will
It's
say it,
new.
but they will say the same with the board games. All the board games you have is the good
No.
condition. They are in, there are also games that you have in a neat condition. They are in the shrink. So why you need more? And there's a
That's
fair
a
point,
valid question.
and that's a fair point. Don't take me wrong.
Yeah.
I follow that, but I don't know if that happened also with to you that you have a some games already in the shelf of shame,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
already waiting for you to decide to finally decide to bring it to the table and play it and have fun with them, right?
mm-hmm,
And this is
mm-hmm,
not just because for some reason you have those games in the shelf of shame, maybe because you don't have time, maybe whatever reason you have. But then it comes a game that catches your attention. You're very excited about it.
mm-hmm,
This
mm-hmm,
is what is happening to me right now with two games which are from Stonemeyer Games, Expeditions and Apieri, by the way. So
mm-hmm,
if one of those games comes to my door
mm-hmm,
as a gift, as a Christmas present, I will totally ignore whatever I have right now in the shelf of shame, and I'm gonna play those games right away. That's how it works. Not because you are giving me more games, I will put it directly in the shelf. That probably will happen, but not all the times. If I ask you for something specifically, it's because I already know and I really want to
You're
play,
gonna
and I
like it.
just wanted to, by the time it comes to my door or it's under the tree, I just want to put it on the table right away, or
Yeah,
at the end of the day, by the
yeah,
latest. So
that's true.
that's how it works for me, the Christmas present. Because if I receive something for Christmas and I see and I watch my kids or my wife, opening presents and have fun with them, I also want to have fun with my presents. So if I ask for some board games for Christmas, it's because I want to have fun with those games right away. That's
Nah,
my point.
okay, okay. So, so your present is playing the games.
Right? I mean, I can take it from that perspective, and that's okay. I mean, um,
Yes, I
it,
mean, people's time to like sit and play a game that you really want, even though it might not be a game that they really want.
mhm.
That's a present, yeah.
But
No, they're gifting you their time.
even though, you know what? I mean, if one of these scenarios happen, like some friends of mine, they have the good intentions to give me a board game that they think or they may think that I don't have already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I don't have it, right?
Yeah.
But it's a
Mm-hmm.
game that maybe I don't even think to buy it before. It's a
Right.
game that like, okay, I really don't like, it doesn't
Yeah.
caught my
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just because I have it, honestly, I would like to play it right away with the friends that they give
Okay.
it to me, right?
I mean, yeah,
It's
that's the right
like
thing to do.
it's like you have
You-
something, maybe not. I mean, if they having like Monopoly or Uno or I don't know,
Right.
I will think it twice. But based on that, I mean, I think they already know that maybe the taste or maybe something. I'm 100%, maybe not 100%, but 80, 90% sure that they are gonna ask me if I already have this game or they have already at least listening about a specific game, if I think is good or not. No,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that also counts towards the decision that they are gonna make in terms of maybe this game, maybe like I don't know, things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Um, but at the end of the day, at the end of that day, what I want to
Mm-hmm.
do is play the game that I just received.
Yeah.
Close deal. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now,
That's why you need to
mhm.
get solo games so that you can play it right away no matter what.
Right? Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of solo games, but let's try again. Let's go back to the point. Trying to open my mind and trying to include different things that I
Hmm.
may like as well as a new board game. for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas or for the
Mm-hmm.
holiday season, um,
Mm-hmm.
I think that at this point I will be also s- same. I will have the same happiness of receiving, let's say, a board game thematic T-shirt, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, right? Or maybe an upgrade, not a board game, but an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know, maybe a playmat, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now that I was caught in this really dark hole, which is called Lorcana, maybe if I,
Mm. Good luck.
maybe if I,
Good luck, my
maybe,
friend.
maybe if I receive a
Good luck.
booster pack, maybe if I receive a booster pack, will be good. We will be great
Yeah.
because good enough,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is not necessarily a new box, whatever,
Right.
but something
But still
related,
board game related. Board
working
game topic.
related. There is, and right now I think there is a lot of options out there that you can pick from.
You know
Like,
what?
go
You could
ahead.
do like your
Mm.
own merch.
That's a plan at some point. Spoiler alert. So yeah, at some point I will
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, there is like a lot of things to do. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, cups, hats, T-shirts, something related. I mean, anything that may make you feel like, yeah, you are giving me this
Remind you of
because
board games.
you understand me, you know
Yeah.
me, and you know that I like board games, and maybe not necessarily giving me a new board game, but you know
Something
that I
about
will
board games.
you know that I like this because it's related to board games.
Yeah. It's
I'll take it.
crazy.
Mm.
It's crazy how crazy we are about board games.
Of
You
course.
know? Like
Yes.
it's amazing. I love it. By the way, let's not pass Adri's comments. She Googled the whole topic about the 12 days of Christmas, and apparently she found out that the 12 days are referring from the days between December 25th and January 6th, when the Wise Kings, I think,
Mm.
arrived, the Reyes Magos.
Right.
And it is a Christmas carol, so it is a song,
Mm-hmm.
but that the days before Christmas are called Advent. So it's interesting. I think in our case,
Mm.
we're counting the 12 days as the days before Christmas, because
But
once Christmas starts, it's a lot of like family meetings, and it's just there's
but
no
how
there's no free time.
but how many weeks before Christmas, Audrey? I mean, I don't. I mean,
Two
I mean,
months. No.
yeah, no. Yeah, yeah.
See, Adri is commenting that she had the opportunity to learn how to play Lorcana at PAX Unplugged. Oh man, you went to PAX. I saw pictures. It was so great. I'm so jealous. I didn't even go to Gen Con this year. Sadness.
I'll try here as well. Yeah.
Sadness.
It was
Uh,
so close, so far from me. It's like,
I
okay, yeah,
know.
maybe next time.
Yeah.
Anyway. hmm
All right.
So
Very
yeah,
good.
that's part of. I mean, I don't know if you have any different uh or something else
To add to the topic,
to add to the topic because I
I
really.
am
hmm
I am with you. That's why I was telling you about how crazy we are about board games, because it just makes us happy. Like I agree with you. I think at the beginning when I started, I will be like, give me any board game. I just want board games. Give me board
Right,
games.
right,
Any of them.
right.
There's so many. They have to be
hmm
good. But now that I have like a good amount, like I think 150 or something,
hmm
I'm like, and now that I'm more like, that game was okay. I
hmm
don't wanna. I'm scared to receive a board game and then tell them that game is okay. It's like that game is okay will be a good response, because then I definitely don't want to say, oh, that game sucks. Um, but
Uh,
um,
which is gonna be our. I mean, I don't know. For me, if you're telling me like, okay, this game sucks. I don't know, things like that. It will be like, okay,
I would
I,
obviously you wouldn't say it,
maybe,
but you're like, well,
maybe.
maybe we can play it in 3 years. Let's put it over here.
Well,
No,
uh-huh.
no, I was gonna say, but and plus, I mean, like you were saying, we have adult money now. If you want a game if there is a game that you really want, you can just go and get it.
hmm Yeah.
uh, yeah,
But you can also include it in your wish list. I
you
mean,
could,
right?
yes.
I mean,
And if
that's
you
one of
don't
the
get
things.
it, then you go and get it.
but it will be nice. It will be nice at the same point, at the same part,
Yeah,
that if you were thinking of, you know, uh, spending that money on having a game, and maybe you are delaying the purchase for maybe a month or maybe 2 months
I
for any
I think
reasons,
yeah, I
right?
think
And you put it in your wish list, and you receive it
yeah,
as a present, it will be even better, right? Because
yeah,
you were looking for that game for a while, and you were delaying, or you were delaying the
yeah.
purchase for a long time, and then you finally receive it without, you know you were the
Right.
actual person who spent the money to get the
Yeah, yeah,
present.
yeah.
I think that that's a very reasonable, a really
Yeah,
nice
I
part.
think the key here is the wish list, right? The wish
Hmm.
list is a curated list of board games that you really want
Hmm.
and that you know that for whatever reason you're excited about and that you're gonna like when you receive it.
Hmm.
Uh, I guess the tricky part then is how do you give people your wish list if they don't ask for it,
Well, uh, well,
right? Do you like, oh,
uh-huh.
you're planning, or you, if you just in case you're gonna give me a board game, I mean, sorry, a gift, here is my wish list. You can keep it, save it on your on your tabs.
Yeah, I mean,
um,
that happened to me, or that been happening to me for my birthdays,
yeah.
because I remember like 2 or 3 years ago when I turned 30, 30 something,
Mm,
30 something,
30
30
something.
something, 30 something. My wife organized for me a, surprise party with
Oh,
some friends
nice.
that we have in common.
Hmm,
But
hmm.
those friends were more. I mean, they were also friends of mine, but to be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah,
they were more friends of my wife than
yeah,
my friends,
that
right?
happens, fine. Hmm,
And they have also the good intention to, give me a present.
hmm,
So they have
hmm.
no idea what I like. They only know. By that time, the only thing they knew were like, you like Star Wars. Okay, so
Okay,
Star Wars it was.
okay.
So some folks gave me a Star Wars shirt, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good. I like it,
yeah, yeah.
right? But obviously, that's maybe other couple gave me a flannel shirt.
Hmm,
These
hmm.
things that okay. Things like mostly clothes, or
Well, close
things things that they
are
think
okay.
things things
They're
that
not.
you things that they are thinking, or they were thinking, that any adult or average adult person will like a bottle
Yeah,
of wine, a
yeah,
bartender said,
yeah.
things like that. And it was like, oh,
We're
thank
kids.
you.
Understand? We are just big kids.
I
We're
don't know.
big children. Give us the boxes. Um,
Yeah.
no, but go. Just to try to wrap up the topic,
Mhm.
I agree with you also on the point of like I I think I have a good selection of games. I have the games I like. There's just maybe a handful of games that could be on my wish list.
Mhm.
But I will be very happy with any board game related thing, like what you were talking about.
Mhm.
A shirt about a channel, or a board game related topic, or um
The
like
board game
last
itself. Mhm.
yeah
Mhm.
last year Haley gifted me my mug, a coffee mug with my logo of Dallas Amigos, and then
Mm.
also a shirt that had like the logo, and I was super happy with it. I was like extremely happy with it.
Right.
Or also, since we are into the hobby of making content, like getting a mic or a
Right.
webcam,
Good.
those are like part indirectly part of the board game hobby. So
Mhm. Mhm.
anything like that
What
is
about what about a
very
good
happy.
camera? Huh?
A good camera, there you go, like a professional camera.
Woo. So you don't
Expensive.
want me to put the cheapest things in my wish list? Okay, so you take it and I put it the things that supposed to an adult should
Yeah,
ask, right? So I
yeah,
put it the
yeah,
technological part of the
yeah.
hobby.
But
Hmm.
yeah, no, I think I'm at a point where just getting anything board game, anything that's related to board
Now
games
you're
will
you're
make
trying
me
to
very happy.
You are trying to break your mic on purpose, right? Like, yeah, I
Yes,
need a
yes,
new
yes.
mic.
Ka-cha,
I
ka-cha,
need I
ka-cha.
need a new mic already. Come on, give me
Yes.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Now, you know what? I mean, it will be nice not only receive something. I mean, just trying to think beyond that part. Like maybe something for the house itself, like a decor related with the board game,
art,
or
board art.
maybe right or things like that. I mean, I would
Mhm.
like to have a sweater for my dog related with board games, so I can
Yeah.
show up well every time I take it out, and that will be
I
good. I
love
mean,
it.
think about it. Think about it. I mean,
Well,
I would be very happy with that.
how about this before we
Hmm.
move on?
Hmm.
What about you
Me.
giving gifts?
Mm.
When you give gifts, do
Hmm.
you give something that you know the person's gonna like?
I
Or do you
try
give them
to.
board games?
No, I try to. No, no, no. I try to.
I give them board games.
Oh,
I'm like, you know what? You're gonna like board games, and this one specifically, I think you're gonna like.
at some point, I must confess, at some point, I was that person. I was that person too. But
Yeah.
especially with with the kids of my friends. When I was invited, or
Oh,
when we
okay.
were invited to
Yeah.
a kids party, what do we
You
have
choose a
for
board
for the
game.
children? Yeah, I just
Board
let's
game.
put this board game for children. They will like it. They will like a good introduction for them. Yeah, go ahead, take it. That
Yeah. Good
mostly for them,
strategy.
right? I try to evangelize them, and from the beginning, from the very early age. But I tried honestly, because for instance, I also did that. Or I used to do that with my daughter, with my
Hmm.
oldest. She
Hmm.
has already a good collection of games, because every time there was a celebration, a birthday party, or a special occasion like a
Hmm.
holiday thing, I used to buy some a board game at least for
Hmm.
her.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's why she already has a lot of things. And maybe that was part of one of my mistakes, because at some point it was like, yay, another board game. I know she likes
Mm,
it. I know she likes,
right.
but
But
there are
not as
some
much as you
games,
do.
of course, yes, yes. I
Just
think
give it
that,
time. Just give it
yeah. No, no, she likes it. She likes it, and I
right.
very probably she's one of the. If I ask her, "Do you want to play a game?" She always will say yes. That's for
Oh,
sure. That's for sure, and that's one of the things I love the most for her. But I know for sure that there is also another interest for her.
yeah.
She will
Yeah.
be more interested maybe
Just
in
like
something else.
yeah, just like board games drive you crazy in a good way.
Hmm.
Like you're obsessed with them. Other people
Hmm.
are obsessed with other things, you know? Like
Hmm.
in Haley's case, she's obsessed with books.
Right.
So she's like, give me anything books. Give me books. But if you don't want to give me books, give me like sweatshirts about books or things
Hmm.
about books, mugs about books, books. And I'm like,
Do you know
okay,
that there is a book called How to Create Your First Board Game? There is a
there
book.
I should hear that.
Yeah, you should have it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's interesting, you know, everyone has their crazy. Everyone's crazy about something.
But that's, I don't know if you think the same, but don't you think that's when you enjoy what you receive the most, when
When you
you're
get
feeling, when
when
you
you
get it with what you like, what,
yep,
maybe without asking, that's even better. I mean, they
yeah,
know you. They know that
yeah,
you may like this, or you will like this for sure, because
yeah,
they know you. They know.
yeah, I
I don't
agree.
want. I don't want to talk more about that. But yeah,
Okay,
that's
we're
a,
moving on. We have
moving
talked
on. That's
about
moving on.
we talked enough about it.
Yeah,
Adri agrees with us. She says the Borgen related things are great gifts too. The mugs, the t-shirts, and always asking for a wish list first. Yeah, a wish list is always a safe way to go about it.
you're a good friend,
Uh,
Adri. You're doing good.
yeah. Anyway, moving on to the third part, which pretty much the chismecito. Any news
Mm-hmm.
that we want to share? Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Max Maple, do you have any news you want to share? Any
Yeah,
Kickstarters that you're excited about? Anything that has arrived?
something that has arrived. Yes,
Drama in the industry that you have probably
I will.
overheard? I don't know. What's up?
I think the industry is lack of drama lately. We
Really?
need more drama. We need
We
more.
need more drama.
There is. Oh my god. Um, I don't know if we want to be canceled in this podcast already or not. Uh,
Already? We've been canceled three
no,
times already.
three times already. Yes, it
Three
will be
times.
our
This will
fourth.
be the fourth.
It will
Yeah.
be the fourth. Yeah, it's not. It's been. I don't think we never talk about this in detail,
Hmm.
because we know the global situation that he's
Hmm.
been
Hmm.
developing for a while, and it was like a civil war at some point with some content creator that I was.
About the global
Yes,
events.
yes, and how
Where did
the
this happen?
social.
Instagram?
Yes, and I mean that's where from where
You saw it?
I saw it. Yes,
Okay.
some folks, people that I follow. I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll try
you're
to keep
you're
them anonymous. We don't want to
you're not.
expose
Yeah,
anyone.
no, and of course not. We're just I'm just talking about what I saw, you
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
and because you are not mostly sharing what you're
Yeah.
thinking, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there is some person that consider it will be good, or it will be yeah, it will be good to start sharing events or sharing their affair
It's
to certain,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and that's their opinion. It's very
Yep.
whatever. But at some point when they got engaged and tried to
So
start,
someone commented.
commented and things like that, restrictions and blocking and things like that. I mean, I enjoyed that all these chismecito, but at some point it was okay, yeah, that's
It's
enough.
toxic.
That's enough. I mean, you're not going to fix anything, honestly,
Yeah.
just by I mean, if you have a different idea, different thought with the person, that's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, as long as you share it and you can say whatever you want, is your profile. That's what you're, and as
Yeah.
long as the owners of the social media don't restrict you and don't block you, I mean, go ahead. It's what, do whatever you want.
Yep.
But it was a really good chismecito fight. I don't know,
Mm.
good stuff that
So what
was.
happened? Did the person delete the post or did they
No, of course
still
not.
there?
No, no, no. They stand behind
They
their
stand behind their
comments.
post.
Yes, the
It's just
post.
they've been getting some aggressive
Yeah,
comments about it.
yeah, yeah. And I'll just say this. There
Mm.
was a rumor. I like this when this is achievement. But
Oh,
thank you for bringing.
damn, boy.
Yeah, thank you,
It
thank you,
hot today.
thank you. Because there was a rumor a couple of weeks ago that one of the most famous Canadian persons in the industry has something like it's not bigotry, but
Mm,
yeah, it was like intolerant. It was accused of blocking the persons that think differently, on their social media.
okay.
And it got me surprised because he's Canadian, so I thought Canadian was the
They're all
most
friendly.
friendly and lovely people in
Yeah.
the whole planet.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
You
at the
you learn
beginning,
all this through Instagram?
I mean, I started Instagram and they is what like is like a thread that took me to
It took you
different.
somewhere else.
It took me to
I gotta
different.
say, I see a
Yeah.
lot of this kind of interactions on Twitter,
Hmm.
which is now X. That's where I see most of the like back and forth and blocking, and I feel like on Instagram I don't see it as much, but obviously you do. So
Hmm.
maybe I'm just not seeing it.
You
Um,
should. No,
I
but
should-
yeah, well, that was the drama of the in
mm,
the industry, and now
okay.
just briefly wanted to share a couple of things. I just received this baby recently from Port Dice
Nucleum.
Nucleum.
People
So
describe it as barrage and brass mix.
I
Sounds
haven't
pretty
played
good.
I haven't played Barrage, but I played Brass a lot and I like it. And I had the chance to test it in GameCon. Well, I have a brief explanation from one of the person of Warren Dice, and I love it. I like it,
Perfect.
and it was designed by the great. Well, it's co-designed with David Turchi,
David
which
Turchi,
yes, sir. So
Mr. Anachrony.
that's a guarantee, a seal of excellence,
Excellent. I love
right?
it.
Yeah.
Adri has us a little bit of chismecito. She says
Hmm.
that Undergroove, the new game by Elizabeth
Elizabeth
Hargrave, is on
Hargraves.
Board Game
Hmm.
Arena. We'll have to
Hmm.
play it. Adri,
Yeah.
we need to get a table going. I want to
Please,
play it.
please set up a table at review if you have
On
chance.
my end, uh, the positive news is that I got the Kickstarter edition from Sleeping Gods Distant
Ooh,
Skies.
look at that
Sleeping
baby.
Gods, one
Hmm.
of my absolute favorite uh, campaign, like
Campaign. Hmm.
narrative exploration, kind of like choose your own adventure kind of campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Locke really did a great job with Sleeping Gods, and I cannot wait to see the second version, or like the follow up with Distant Skies.
Have you finished the campaign with the first game?
I did. I
Okay.
finished Sleeping Gods. I finished a campaign. It's supposed to have multiple stories. You cannot explore the whole map in one go, and it should have multiple endings.
Okay. Good.
So I'm excited to give it another try. I was doing 2 years ago. I was doing a playthrough on my channel live, but I realized that my game is in English, and this was for my Spanish channel.
Mm.
I realized that translating in real time all the text was terrible.
Okay.
And yeah, I know the game came out in Spanish, and I asked, I think it's Maldito Games from Spain
Maldito. Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
brought it in Spanish. I asked them about getting a PDF of the storybook so I could,
Mm-hmm.
just read it from there. But they totally ghosted me. And I asked, I asked Ryan Locke at Red Raven Games, and they were like,
Mm.
"Yeah, we don't have like access to those PDFs. Like you have to contact them."
Mm.
So it was sad. It was sad, but it's an excellent game.
But you
I
moved
started doing that
on.
playthrough because I want to share the awesomeness of this game with everyone else so that
Mm.
they could see how fun it is. But
Right.
anyway, yeah, I hope this is as good and even better than the base one.
That's what an expansion or at least a second part of a game should
Hmm.
be,
Yeah,
better than
exactly,
the first one. I don't know if
exactly.
that happened to you with Frost Haven already, but it
It
should.
Frosthaven felt like a fresh take. It still felt like Gloomhaven. It still has
Fresh
the
because it's cold.
basic. Yes. Very smart. Very smart. I got you. I got you.
Ah,
It still feels like Gloomhaven. Still has the basic core
mm-hmm,
mechanisms on how you
mm-hmm,
fight. You go through scenarios. There's a campaign, and the extra things that they added, it feels good. They're good. It's not like, oh, this is now even better, but it's the second version. You
okay.
know,
It's like you finish one, give me more. Let's continue
it's
with
like
the game.
Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic Park 2.
Oh no, don't compare that. Jurassic Park 2 sucks. Please don't give me that
Well,
example.
it's like any movie sequel. It's like, okay, you get more of the same.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and I guess I do want to mention the Nemesis Retaliation. It's on GameFound right now, and
Ooh,
it looks amazing.
so it's in
They
your
already
wish
have like
list
six
already?
million, $6 million already
Are you back
collected.
it already?
Not yet.
Okay,
I
okay. But you
am.
will. But you will.
I don't know. We'll see. I already have the basic Nemesis and the Nemesis Lockdown. Do I need Nemesis
Of course
Retaliation?
you need. Of course
Of
you need
course
it.
I need it.
Of
That's
course
the
you
correct
need it. That's
answer.
not the question. The question
That's
is
not a
when are
question.
you going to do it?
It
Yes.
looks so beautiful.
You see? You see?
But
So
anyway, go check
for
it
what
out.
was I mean, you already sound and look convinced. So, so I don't know what you
I'm
need.
always been convinced. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So a couple of things I just want to mention briefly.
Yes.
Two of the games that I really enjoyed lately, and one of my absolute favorites, are also in BGA. Pax Pamir is now available in BGA
I
for
played it
everyone.
once
Have you played already?
on Borg Arena, and I got my butt kicked, and I did
Okay.
not understand what happened.
Perfect. Good. So you are one of those persons that didn't understand what happened.
I did not understand what happened.
Okay. So if you have time, I would like to explain to you, and maybe you will be a good opponent on that game because I really like, and I still look for a person that enjoy the game as much as I like.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
look. I'm
do,
gonna look
and
some videos, some how to play, some pay attention, and then I'll
mhm.
be able to give you a challenge.
Okay, okay, good, good.
All right, excellent. What's
And
the other one?
the other one is Wolves from Pandasaurus
Oh
Games.
yeah,
So the Wolves are on the loose, and
excellent.
it's great. It gives you pretty much the same feeling in terms of because everything looks exactly the same and it will give you the options of go back every time. I hate
Hmm.
with those with some games there. Once you do something, doesn't give you the chance to go back. Even when it doesn't
Hmm.
affect anything because you're not drawing cards. It
Right, right.
just moving a piece from one
Yeah.
place to another, and it doesn't give you the chance to do the or go back because you think or you have a second thought. Anyway, with this game,
Yeah.
you can go back every single action in your turn,
Okay.
and that's one of the things, one of the features that I really enjoy about the game in BGA. Anyhow,
Okay.
let's do that, and yeah, that's what it comes from my end.
See,
Let-
Adri says to set up a table to play Pax Pamir.
Awesome, yes. I think I have played with her once
Hmm.
in board game arena, and yeah, but I think it was a better version of the
Mm,
game. Yeah, but I will look forward to play that game
yeah.
as much as possible. I love the
There's
game.
so many
Mhm.
great games in Board Game Arena for you to
Yeah.
test and play. But yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, all right, that's a wrap. Another
That's a rub.
successful
A
episode.
rub for a gift.
That is a wrap.
Again, double
That's a
rub.
present. That's a
Rub.
gift.
We are a gift for you. We know it.
We
So
know it.
you're welcome. You're welcome. All you want for Christmas is us. That's it.
Yes.
So
All
and
you
we will be
want.
here. We
We'll be
will be
waiting for
here.
you next Monday for episode 13.
13, yes, please. 13, the course number. So maybe
Course
we'll
number.
skip that. Yeah, there's a very
We'll just do episode 14 then.
14 instead. I don't know, maybe. Anyhow, we'll see you in the next episode. We'll know it will
Mhm.
be the 13th or
Thank
the
you, Adri, for
14th, but
joining us.
yeah, thank you. We'll be here as every week, except if we're sick or out of the country. But anyway, if nothing of that happens, we'll see you here. Thank you for
We
joining
will.
us. Thank
Take
you for
care.
watching. Take care. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.